Oh shit, we back again. What's up, what's happening? Come to the party and bring a friend. Fuck it, I'm bringing 10. Ooh, trying to chat a 10. Big boy trying to chat a 10. She said I was catchy. I said, yo, tap a man. Touchdown. Double cup, wow. I stuck smile when I puff loud. I touch clouds, catching touchdowns in my mind now, cause I'm zoned out. On a porch couch in the cloud. 2 coughs and I'm back now. 2 coughs and I'm packed out. Somebody give me a drink before I gotta sit down. I'm making hits now with a smooth style.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Riley Puddin Peters coming to you live with the doctor, defensive backs, quality control coach Preston Rowe. This is the Trash Talk Tailgate, and it is Friday at 7:30. That means there's only one thing you could be here for, and that is to hear the predictions of Puddin and the doctor. We've got a great slate of games coming up in both college and the NFL. Doctor, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. Week 1 of the NFL is in the books, and now it's on to week 2, man. That's the beauty of football. We just keep rolling.
Absolutely.
It's really cool.
You're damn right we keep rolling. And, obviously if you see the thumbnail, you're here. This is the prediction stream. But before we get a predicting, we got to do a little reacting. And that's because last night was the sibling battle between me and my sister, which my sister walked away with a handy victory. I mean, the Packers versus the Commanders, Thursday night football. The Packers wearing the all-white winter warning uniforms, a rare look for them at home.
They look good.
And they played good.
Yeah.
And let's put it that way. Look good, play good. I mean, listen, we've seen 2 games out of the Packers, and I want to go ahead and go on saying that Micah Parsons being traded to the Packers was one of the worst things for the NFL, but one of the best things for Packers fans. Because the Green Bay Packers, they have this shell coverage system that they are known for.
Yeah.
Where they rely on keeping everything in front of them, right? They'll play their corners, play their safeties. Everybody is, back a little bit farther. No deep balls, no big shots, right? No big shots.
Absolutely not.
And the front 7, the defensive linemen and linebackers in that kind of system, they're charged with not losing, right? That's the traditional idea, right? You're focused on making sure your coverage is A1, and there's always got to be a trade-off. So the trade-off there is, you're not necessarily investing in the front 7, but you're making sure that they don't lose. Micah Parsons takes the Packers from we don't want to lose to we are going to win in the front 7 game without having to add an extra player, without having to make a scheme for it. He, as just an individual, makes them so much more dangerous because he's got get off, because he's got pressure. He's going to block shed in the run game and make, running backs choose to go different directions. I know you said this, and it's echoed that he didn't necessarily have the craziest statistical night. He had 2 tackles, a half sack, I think 2 or 3 tackles for a loss, 3 quarterback hits. Nothing crazy, but if you watch the film, watch the tape.
Yeah.
Mike Parsons, the reasons why he doesn't have a lot of stats is because he was so immediately disruptive upon snap of the ball that most plays went away from him.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have stats because they went away from him. Like one of those, the half sack, he chased Jaden Daniels in the pocket and hunted him down and got him. But a couple of the tackles, the one tackle for a loss, I know he hit Bill Jackery Krosky Merritt in the backfield about 3 yards. He was the backside defensive end on an inside zone play. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And so Riley, you touched on it. If you watch that tape, his get off is so explosive. He was beating the lineman off the ball. Yeah. And it's like whenever you have a D end and a pass rusher that can do that, you're already you're already in a losing situation.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, you know what I mean? And then you have to account for him. And, even though he didn't have a huge night, he was still disruptive. Like he got some holding calls. He got a hands to the face call that put the Commanders back. They just kept on sending them back. And you just have to account for him. And then the other thing is they've got a really good front seven already. You've got Rashawn Gary, who was a first-round pick. Devontae Wyatt, who was a first-round pick. Quay Walker, who was a first-round pick at middle linebacker. And it's like, so now you're already a really good defense, but then you add Micah Parsons. And that goes from being a really good defense to potentially an elite level defense.
Yep.
To potentially a top 5 defense in the league, because like you said, they play shell coverage. They keep everything in front. So now you're forcing the quarterback to make even quicker decisions, and it's not going to end well for the offense. And you saw that. Like the Commanders couldn't really get into a rhythm offensively because of how disruptive that front was. Yeah. And that's all because of Micah Parsons. It starts and ends with Micah Parsons.
Yeah, and in the first 2 defensive drives, I think there was like 8 plays total between the first 2 offensive drives for the Commanders, defensive drives for the Packers. And he lined up in like 5 different positions. I mean, they used him everywhere. They used him on the inside in a mug technique. They sent him from both sides of the edge, not just they sent him from the strength. They sent him from the weak side.
Mm-hmm.
They even lined him up at defensive tackle on like a 3rd and like 10. They lined him.
They put him at 3 technique.
True 3 technique defensive tackle. Not even like a mug where you're like simming inside. He was a true 3 technique, hand in the dirt. And shouts to Super League. Shouts to everybody in the chat. Big Dog Super League. Everybody keep liking, commenting, and subscribing on this. We're rolling. But yeah, dude. I mean, listen, I know a lot of people don't want to watch the Cowboys because they're the Cowboys. So Micah Parsons is getting a whole new breed of view. Like people are now getting to see him play in a different field. And within a team like Green Bay, he's in the position to be at the end of the season potentially one of the most like household name defensive players in the NFL.
I mean, he already was.
I know, but
yeah,
at the end of the season, I think he might leave this season being it's not going to be because listen, Trey Hendrickson is 2-time sack leader, but I don't think you could call him a household name. I know a lot of people that wouldn't know that off the top of the head, but they would know names like J.J. Watt. Stuff Garrett. Like Myles Garrett, the Bosa's, like stuff like that. These guys that have like a name around them. And what I'm saying is everyone's kind of known Micah Parsons, but because he's been stuck on the Cowboys and he hasn't been able to, he's great. And we know that, people that watch know that, but for most of the football viewing base, that's just pretty plain, pretty regular. He's now about to be, you're going to hear his name every day, every week. It's going to be constant because it's such a difference maker in the Packers, who are already, a higher potential candidate for, Super Bowl, for a playoff run, all that kind of stuff. They were already there. And then they add him into a defense whose whole identity is not giving up big plays. And now you add a disruptor, dude. It's insane.
Yeah, their defensive coordinator is Jeff Hafley, who has a lot of success both in college and in the NFL, having some of the league's best, most disruptive defenses. They don't give up big plays. And now you add that weapon on the edge that defenses have to account for, along with all the other guys I mentioned, like Rashawn Gary, Devontae Wyatt. It's terrifying. You saw it. I mean, Jaden Daniels, he's really athletic. He's a playmaker, both in the pocket and out of the pocket. They could not get into a rhythm.
No, they couldn't, dude. I mean, we only got 200 yards. We did get 2 touchdowns, but those touchdowns are like long drives, dude. Both of those touchdowns required true drives.
And the last one was, no offense, it wasn't garbage.
It was late. Yeah, it was garbage, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it put us we had one moment, but as soon as we scored, they iced it back with a touchdown and it made it garbage.
Yeah.
So, but like on the flip end, the offense for the Packers was looking explosive. I mean, they were doing a
Tucker
great job of
Kraft.
just, dude, yeah, getting tight ends and seams. It was insane, dude. I felt like they always had it. The Pack might have a chance to shut out Dub Airs. I bet you, I mean, I like legit shutout. I'm pitching the full goose egg. I bet they only give up field goals. Like realistically,
I mean,
yeah, dude, that
that
defense is rough.
that Bears offensive line did not look good. It's almost like
No.
we said it wouldn't be that good.
And the Commanders' offensive line was pretty well tested against the Giants, and I think they did a decent job against the Giants. And like that team, it's just with Micah Parsons being able to truly do anything, it's just so hard to stop him. But all right, so Jordan Love, 292 yards, he had 2 touchdowns. As a team, the Packers had 135 rushing yards and a touchdown. They had 4 sacks as a team, 8 total pass defenses, and 12 quarterback hits. That's insane pressure.
It's hard to win football games when the other team is doing that to you. It's really hard.
Yeah. And in a game that the final score was 27-18, the Commanders kicker, Matt Gay, missing 2 field goals.
Yeah.
Like stuff you can't, like, it was errors that we thought were bygone of our team. And, we're seeing a lot of it. But I got to say, the other big storyline of this game is the injuries, dude. We 2 season-ending injuries to starters. Austin Eckler. I mean, that could almost make me cry. I love Eck. Eck is a great player. Austin, obviously he came to us from the Chargers last season and instantly was just such a big part. He was our receiving back. He was just the kind of player that, like, all the team, they like him as a teammate. He shows up, makes great plays on the field. I mean, the man got a freaking 3rd and 15 against the Giants. Like, he's that kind of player. And to lose him for the season is going to be rough, especially because we traded Brian Robinson. And, like, we're already – now it's going to be on Bill. Like, we have Donovan Edwards, Bill, Chris Robinson, and Jeremy McNichols. That is our running back room. And, listen, somewhere in there might be a diamond. I'm hoping for Bill looks good. This game was a little rough trying to get the run going when they had 51 total yards as a team. But I think against most teams, we'll figure it out. But I don't know, man. The injuries. And then Dietrich Wise, who is just, one of our starting edges, a big player for us. It's so hard to lose something like that, man. That's a heartbreaker.
And it's like you said, Riley, you traded away Brian Robinson right before the season starts because you believe in Bill, but you also have Eckler. And now the fact that you lose Eckler for the season, that puts so much more pressure and expectations on Bill right away. Whereas you probably could have eased him in. Now he's got to be the guy. And he handled that.
And listen, dude, the idea for a scheme that we're kind of that they've been cooking up in Washington is, very plug and play. So we're hoping that we can get him in and he can be explosive. We've seen him be explosive. I mean, I think even against a very good Packers front, he made some big plays. He got some first downs here and there. As good as we were, which wasn't very good, he was doing some good stuff.
And I mean, Riley, like, I don't think you could argue the Packers have been the most impressive team through 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. They're the only team that's played, them and the Commanders, but they bullied the Lions last week, who we both said was going to win the NFC North. I get it. The Lions, they have a new offensive line in the interior. They're trying to get those guys to gel and get up to speed. But the Packers bullied them. It was really impressive. And then you go and beat the Commanders, who a lot of people think is going to be a serious playoff team this year. And they look good, man. The Packers look really good.
Yeah.
And a big reason why is not only that defense, but Jordan Love is playing really well. And he's not turning the ball over.
100%. I mean, he is playing. He was finding the big shots, finding the seams, all the stuff you got to do, man. He was playing like a Super Bowl contending quarterback. I mean, you got to give the man his flowers when he earns them. Jordan Love was very consistent.
I thought the best throw he had all night, and unfortunately, the receiver got hurt. But
Dude,
that corner,
broke his collarbone.
Yeah, he broke his collarbone. But that he dropped that ball in the breadbasket.
Yeah, that's true. It was beautiful.
In double coverage, like
if only their right tackle didn't decide to do WWE, because he straight put one of our defensive ends in a chokehold on the pass rush, and so it got called back off of a holding.
Yeah,
but that ball was beautiful, dude. It's one of those where you're like, ooh, thank God that didn't count.
But it's like, I don't know, man. If the Packers keep playing like this with that defense, with that front, with that secondary, and with Jordan Love playing like this, with Josh Jacobs, I mean, they're a legit Super Bowl contender. And that's why seriously. You go out and get Micah Parsons.
Dude.
Because you believe he's going to put you over the edge.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, how could you be a GM in the NFL and see a player like Micah Parsons and not want him on your squad? Like, he's such a good player. It's, I feel like, there's no GM in the NFL that would be like, I'm not going to pay this guy whatever he wants because he's such an influential piece of our defense. Like, there's not. It doesn't exist. Of course, if you have a player like this on your team, you do everything you can to keep him. Like, makes sense. Wait, someone got rid of him? It was dumb. Wait, someone got rid of Micah Parsons?
That's crazy.
That's who would do that?
Jerry. Jerry traded Michael Parsons. That's who Jerry traded.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, I was about to say Jerry Jones traded Michael Parsons, not Micah. I thought Micah was a new player. I thought he just came out of nowhere. Michael Parsons.
Michael Parsons. That's hilarious. I mean, but look, man, the Packers, they look legit.
Yeah,
if they keep playing like this, I mean, Mo should be happy. Your sister should be really happy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, of course, dude. The Packers are looking phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, dude.
But,
yeah. We got more stuff to talk about. We got some college games. We got a handful of college games. Obviously, tomorrow being Saturday.
Absolutely.
It's the big one on everyone's mind. Oh, what up, Mo? She is ecstatic, dude. Shouts.
What's up, Morgan?
Oh, shit. But today is this weekend is another series of another round of cupcakes. Some teams that have been playing some harder teams in the beginning, they're finally getting their cupcakes, so that's fun.
Yeah.
We have probably the biggest matchup of the week being Georgia-Tennessee, 6-15, without a doubt. And then, I mean, a surprising matchup that no one expected to be a banger right now as we sit has to be USF Miami. The unexpected top 25 matchup that is USF versus Miami.
You could argue USF has the two most impressive wins of the season.
I think that's an easy argument for some people, including myself. And then, of course, the other top matchup of the weekend is number 8 Notre Dame versus Texas A&M, number 16 Texas A&M. But there's one game. Oh, and then Florida LSU. That's the other one that everyone's talking about. That's a I don't know. I don't even know why. I feel like I was watching ESPN and like it felt like they spent 2 hours talking about Florida LSU. It blew my mind. I was like, there's so many other good games. It's not like they talked 2 hours on the other game, and I just caught 2 hours of them talking about Florida LSU. They talked about all the other games in about 5 minutes and then spent 2 hours talking about Florida LSU, I swear.
Well, I mean,
That just blew my mind.
Is Billy Napier going to get fired? Like, how bad could this loss potentially be? Because LSU looks good. I know they struggled against Louisiana Tech, but I mean, they went on the road and they dogged Clemson in the second half.
They did. No, they had a great defense, dude. And I feel like, maybe the Louisiana Tech seems like one of those where sometimes it's just a fluke. But this week also features a matchup that for the TTT we felt was good enough to make game of the week.
Are you kidding me? Run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball.
And tonight, hey, it was BYOG, bring your own guts.
That's right. Clemson versus Georgia Tech, the run the ball down the hill classic. Dude, this is such an important game for Clemson at this point. That's
a rivalry game.
It is a rivalry game. It's a big game for Clemson. Obviously, like you said, they lost, running the balls down the hill. They lost to LSU in the opening game. Struggled versus Troy, but pulled it out in the end. Loses some spots in the road.
Klubnik did not look good.
Did not look good. And now we have to go to Bobby Dodd in Atlanta.
Todd.
And against a very difficult team in Georgia Tech. And for me, I feel like obviously Georgia Tech, the team of Brent Key, the team of run the ball, as we're going to say a lot in this, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I feel like, the Clemson defense, I think we've got a solid counter, just player for player. I think we've got some solid counters for their rushing attack. I'm excited to see how we play against them defensively. And as you said, offensively, I need Cade Klubnik to score some goddamn touchdowns. I mean, I swear, dude, I am so tired of watching stagnant offense. Garrett Riley, Cade Klubnik, Dabo, I need them to get into a powwow meeting, and I need us to figure out how we can get the ball past the opponent 40-yard line. It's insane. We have so much talent. We have wide receivers that can win one-on-one balls against almost anyone. And I don't mean one. I don't mean two. I don't even mean three.
4.
We have 4 legit wide receiver ones and a tight end that can play pretty well. And a running back who is a converted wide receiver. Why are we not? Why is our offense so stale? Why is it? This doesn't make any sense. And Georgia Tech's a very good defense. And if there's any week that Dabo Swinney needs to turn on his trademark discipline and get some guys to play perfect football against a good defense, it's this week. We need this win. We can't lose against Georgia Tech. I mean, that's the killer, dude. That's the knife in the back if we lose to a team like that. I mean, that's not even if we lose to anybody at this point, it's the knife in the back. So, this is gonna be a big game. Obviously, we're gonna have to run the balls down the hill. That's very important. I mean, how do you feel about this matchup?
So you brought up the word discipline, and I think that applies here, but I'm going to go a different direction. This Georgia Tech offense, it's a spread option offense. And Clemson, they have better athletes up front. They have better athletes everywhere. But you have to be disciplined. Because if you are not disciplined against this Georgia Tech offense, they will gash you. They will rip you to shreds. Haynes King is a dog.
Yeah.
And I mean, he runs that offense to perfection. He's not going to turn the ball over. So, Clemson, they're going to have to be disciplined. They're going to have to play their gaps. They're going to have to be fundamentally sound. They're going to have to play their techniques, not watch, they're not going to, you can't watch the ball. You have to play your assignment against a team like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that is honestly, that's my confidence going into this game is that our defense is pretty sound. I mean, they're very disciplined. They don't really give in. And that's why I'm like, come on. Come on. We got this. But like, it's really like, we need the energy of a win. We need something. It's the stagnant nature of this team right now is crazy.
If Clemson loses this game, I think both of us will admit we vastly overrated what we thought this team could be.
If Clemson loses this game, if Clemson losing this game, it is Cade Klubnik's fault. I'm looking into my crystal ball. I see it. If we lose this, because he is, and maybe Garrett Riley. I mean, listen, I don't like to blame players, but it's that combo, man. Like sometimes, sure, we dial up some shots and Cade Klubnik misses a couple here and there. That's cool. Hey, that's when I blame him. But our offense is so freaking stagnant. It's not even like it's really him sometimes. Like, how much can you blame the quarterback when you throw, like, every other play you're throwing a screen to the outside that's getting blown up for -2? Listen, man, I like an outside wide receiver screen as much as the next man. But, like, watching us at times against LSU and even against Troy, like a lesser team where we should be winning this, we're throwing these outside wide receiver screens that are getting just smoked, and we just keep doing it. And we're setting up the reason why you do that is to set up like a fake, and someone runs a fade or a vertical off of it
or a wheel.
Or anything. Like, we're not even doing that. Maybe we're holding it in our pocket, but fucking stop.
I mean, you shouldn't have because you already played LSU.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we're holding in our pocket for who? South Carolina? Last week of the season? Suck a dick. Let's fucking play some football. Let's get some goddamn yards.
It's like, I don't know.
Too much talent.
Whenever I watch Clemson, to your point, I just feel like there's not a whole lot of creativity. Get your receivers in a 3-by-1 set and get like Bryant Wesco, TJ Moore running back across the field, crossing defenders' faces.
Yeah.
And out leveraging them. Get the ball to them where they can run after the catch in space. Like a screen is great, but the receiver has to stop and all of his momentum is stopped. Get them out in space, get them running crossing routes and posts and corners. Let them run and let them run after the catch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's, to your point, like the thing about screens too, I love a screen. I'm not even a screenplay hater. That's nothing but we're not even running lineman assisted screens, dude. We're running outside wide receiver screens where you have two wide receivers, usually in a stack formation or something close to each other. And you use one to kind of block or pick and use the other to go off of it. That's all we're doing, dude. We're not even using traditional lineman-led screens with one of the most athletic offensive lines in the country.
Yeah.
Like, I'll stick by our offensive line, dude. The worst that we've had is obviously against LSU, but I think that LSU defense will come out of this year as one of the best.
They look really good.
They do. And I will think, and so I'll take, if we're, having trouble, but still, balancing out a defense like that, hey, that is what it is. You're playing some of the best. You're not going to be, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like, come on. We need yards, dude. This defense can't do everything.
No.
It can't.
No. And at a certain point, if you're a great defense, but your offense just continues to leave you out to dry, it's going to cause problems.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to cause internal problems in a locker room. I'm not saying it's going to get to that point, but at a certain point, man, like your offense has to carry its weight.
Yeah.
Your offense has to do its job. You know?
Man, it's big.
It's, yeah.
All right. Let's pick it. while we're here, while we're talking, Clemson,
This-
Georgia Tech, what are you feeling?
I mean, look, man, Georgia Tech, we've talked about this. They always play either up or down to their opponent. You know, they are really, really good in games like this, but it's Clemson, man. Like it's hard for me to pick against Clemson with all that talent.
Yeah.
And it just, and I love Brent Key. I think they're going to be I think they're going to be a good team this year. I like Clemson. I'm not going to pick against Clemson in a game like this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go with Clemson as well. I'm a fan, obviously, but like, I do think, I think the defensive discipline, like the defensive scheme that we have, will carry us through this. And I don't think it's going to be pretty. And I'm probably still going to be yelling on Sunday after the game. But
Yeah.
I think we'll get a win. All right. Well, we got some more. Let's go into one of the other games of this week. I mean, let's talk about, we started to kind of talk about this, but we moved on because we had announced the last one. But let's talk about Florida LSU. Like you said, a game that may decide a man's career.
I mean, this LSU didn't look great against Louisiana Tech, but a lot of teams didn't look great against the cupcakes they played last week. Like Clemson didn't.
I agree.
Yeah. And so it's like you have to think that like this is a rivalry game. This is a huge game for LSU and Florida. Like in Florida, you have to wonder. We talked about it last week. You have to wonder if the fact that now these players are getting paid, some of them are getting paid millions. Do they check out? Like, do they just kind of quit after losing to USF, a game that they had no business losing? They blew that game.
For sure.
Like, they blew that game.
Yeah,
and
on their knees.
It's just, I feel like Billy Napier is probably a dead man walking at this point in terms of his job. But I don't know, man. I mean, just the question I have is Florida going to rally and try to be like, okay, you know what? We had a huge, massive setback. Let's go out there. Let's play our asses off against a team that no one's going to give us a chance to beat.
Yeah.
Or are they just going to fold?
I mean,
and I mean, it's in Death Valley.
Dude, it's going to be a hard game for Florida. It's going to be such, dude. DJ Lagway is about to be, he's about to feel heat like not many have felt. I got to say, down there in the swamp, down there in Louisiana, they do know how to cook some gator. I feel like they're going to put some Cajun heat on DJ Lagway. Let me tell you. I think it would be amazing just to watch Florida win this game. I think that would be so funny. Yeah. But I mean, if you're just got to pick them, dude, I think you got to pick LSU. I think it's just going to be a mismatch.
LSU has looked really good this year, man. Like, their defense has really impressed me.
Dude, they could line up with their defense and then a quarterback and just both their tight ends on offense and probably do pretty well against most teams. Dude, those tight ends are insane.
Yeah. I'm also going to pick LSU. It's at home. This, it's going to be a huge game for them. I don't care what the record is. It's still a rivalry game. LSU, they look really good this year, man. They've got something to prove, especially that defense. And I don't trust Florida under Billy Napier. I don't trust them to right the ship at this point.
I get it, man. You know who does trust Florida? USF. They trust them to lose. And USF is going to take that trust down to South Beach, and they're going to play the Miami Hurricanes. That was good.
It was.
All right, number 18, USF versus number 5, Miami. I mean, this is a big game.
It is a big game. It's a game that no one expected to be this big at the beginning of the year. I don't know, man. Miami, they look so good against Notre Dame.
They did.
And Notre Dame has legit NFL players, offensive line, up front especially. Jeremiah Love's going to be a first-round draft pick. And they shut that, for the most part, they shut that Notre Dame offense down up front. So I just don't think USF has the bodies to bang with Miami, because Miami, they have legit NFL dudes up front. And so I could be wrong again, but I
Yeah.
think this might be wouldn't it be crazy if this is the year that Mario Cristobal actually gets his shit together?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
They've always had talent.
they do. See, I'm a little wary on the Notre Dame game. I think there's a curse. I think there's dark voodoo magic in the Catholics versus convicts match, specifically when the Catholics play the convicts in the prison.
Yeah.
So I'm wary to use that. That's just stupid superstition on my part. Don't get me wrong. But
Mhm.
man, would it not be crazy if USF did it?
It would be crazy.
This could be where
crazy. Are you
USC
picking
gets
it?
smacked down. But if USC is even competitive, the hype will carry another week. I agree.
Yeah.
I think USF, this is so obviously the first game of this stretch. I'm gonna see both these games. I mean, they really did. They really did just have 2 games back to back that everybody was like, no fucking way. But like now we're here, dude. Now is it fluke time? You have the biggest opponent that you ever played. We'll see about Florida, what they look like. But you put them on your schedule, you expect them to be hard, you beat them. Hey, that's sick. Now you got Miami. I mean,
Number
Miami,
5 in the country.
and
Yeah.
they look legit.
They
And
do
if
look
you're
good
ever
too.
going to make a name for yourself, if there's ever a moment where the movie is going to be written, it's going into this game right here. Like,
Mhm.
if this USF team can beat this Miami team, I mean, they just put the entire state of Florida on.
They have an argument
Warning.
to be the number 1 team in the country.
Dude, it'd be crazy. Wouldn't it be insane?
Mhm.
Imagine if Florida beat LSU
and
and then USF beat Miami.
yeah, that'd be
Yo, how crazy would that look for USF?
it'd be
Yo, that'd be
ridiculous.
insane.
Mhm.
But I just, at the end of the day, all that is fun and games. But I gotta go with you. I gotta agree that there's just a bodies mismatch. I think Carson Beck, for all of his woes in Georgia, at Georgia, I think
He's
he's
looked good so far.
yeah, dude. Now that he's in
looked good
Miami
so
with
far.
big booty Latinos, I feel like he's dialed in.
He's dialed in.
He's dialed in better than he ever has been.
That's all he needed, Riley, was just some big booty Latinas.
Dude, if you're playing for the big booty Latinos, you'll dial in too. Fucking tell
You
me
will.
you wouldn't. All
All
right.
right.
Speaking of dial in, and speaking of the Catholics versus the convicts, let's talk about the Catholics. As number 8 Notre Dame plays number 16 Texas A&M. Oh, this is going to be a good game. This one's
excited for
probably
this.
going to be the most entertaining matchup. I have a feeling.
I agree.
I feel like both these teams, they always play each other in just such a gritty way.
Mhm.
And I feel like they match up very well. Like you said, dude, Notre Dame has legit NFL bodies on the team. I mean, they got a great running back in Jeremiah Love. They got a very solid offensive line. And Texas A&M is going to do everything they can to make sure that they don't run the ball.
Notre Dame, they played week 1, but then they had a bye. Like they had a weird bye week 2, which was like that's a very weird scheduling thing. But it looked like if you watch the Miami game, they didn't use Jeremiah Love as much as I thought they would. It was just kind of weird. So you have to wonder, is Jeremiah Love 100% healthy? And if he wasn't, then hopefully this bye week was able to get him a little bit more healthy. I think Marcel Reed, the Texas A&M quarterback, is a tremendous athlete. I don't think he's very good at processing and going through his reads and progressions. I don't think he's that good as a thrower right now. Obviously he can get better. But I just think that Notre Dame defense, I think they're going to make him make mistakes, force him to make errant throws.
Yeah.
And then I think Notre Dame is potentially going to lean on Texas A&M and that run game. They are going to run the ball. CJ Carr looked good against Miami.
Yeah.
He made some plays. He had some flashes. So you're like, wow, that's the 5-star kid that they were really excited about. So I like Notre Dame, man. I think Texas A&M is going to be good, but they lost a lot of NFL dudes up front last year on their defensive line.
Oh, you mean one of your favorite players, Shamar Stewart? Shamar Stewart had 4.5 sacks in 3 years.
He did, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with you. I feel like Notre Dame has, one of the true quintessential classic run games in college football these days. So you're going to see a lot, but as the third quarter rolls around and it gets going and the fourth quarter comes around, I believe you'll see the Notre Dame run game really take a hold.
Mhm.
And in those final moments, I just think the big boys up front for Notre Dame, that conditioning, that grit, that all game grinded out grit, and eventually Jeremiah Love is going to turn 2-yard runs into 5-yard runs into 8-yard runs into
Yeah.
big gashes. I mean, that's how Notre Dame does it. It's pretty freaking effective as long as they don't get behind Texas A&M in this game and they can stay ahead and just keep the pedal where they want it. I mean, it's hard to stop that.
And Notre Dame, they know how important this game is to potentially make the playoff. You can make the playoff as an independent with one loss. We saw them do it last
for sure.
year. But with two losses,
I feel like they've done it a lot.
With 2 losses, it's now you're like, okay, you have to have some help. Potentially, some teams have to lose. So I think they know how important this game is.
All right. And last important, talking about important games. Number 6 Georgia versus number 15 Tennessee. An ace or an SEC banger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tennessee, everyone thought that this team wasn't going to be shit this year. Obviously, they lose. Nico, I'm going to go leave you anyway. They lose him. They lose Squirrel White to FSU.
They lose Dylan Sampson.
To the NFL. And
James Pierce Jr., their defensive lineman.
Yeah, with great defensive lineman. Despite all that loss, Tennessee has said, fuck you. I'm not going to be the cupcake that everyone wants me to be. They've been fighting, and now they have to face Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs. It's in good old Rocky Top. So they have a little bit of an advantage. Dude, they're going to need home field advantage. They're going to need all of the power of bluegrass music to save them. Georgia, I feel like, is one of the most disrespected top teams right now, just because it feels like so many other teams have had these big matchups, these marquee matchups. We're talking about LSU. We're talking about Miami. Teams that have played other ranked teams. And because of that, and because of, some upsets to some others, it feels like Georgia is somehow, some way slid in the back door as an unthought about 6 seed. And I'm feeling that this game right here against Tennessee in Knoxville is where Georgia goes, hey, I think you forgot who the fuck we were.
I agree.
I mean, I feel like, I feel like the reload is on and they're in for a good time.
So Georgia, there are just certain teams that you were like, they have this team's number. Georgia has Tennessee's number. Like Tennessee, they run a very spread out offense. Their receivers are like way out on the hashes, like even beyond the hash marks. Like they're all the way to the numbers, and it's a very gadgety type offense with very quick decisions, a lot of half field reads. And Georgia, for whatever reason, Kirby Smart just knows how to shut that shit down, and he's done that every year because they play every year.
Yep.
And the one thing I worry about is Gunnar Stockton. He's played fine, but how is he going to handle his first real test of this season?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm less worried about him. We saw his poise in the SEC championship of all places. Like as far as poise goes for young guys, I feel like he's the one that's shown me something, but I agree. I mean, this is a big test.
And Kirby, Georgia, I get it. They lost a lot, but they reload. Georgia's one of the programs that you trust to just reload every year. And Tennessee couldn't beat Georgia when they had a better team last year.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Until Tennessee gets over this Georgia hump and this Kirby Smart hump, I trust Georgia to win this game.
Yeah. And, back to your point of saying Kirby Smart, he has an uncanny knack for shutting down that kind of offense that Tennessee runs. I think I know exactly why.
Why?
It's called recruiting the best athletes in the country consistently
Yes,
every
he does
year.
do that.
There's only one way to stop kind of a spread them out system, and that's athlete on athlete. It really is, dude. There's no single scheme to stop a system like that. There's a reason why that became so popular in college football. It's because it is so hard. The only way you beat it is athlete on athlete. So what does Kirby Smart do? He goes and gets some of the best athletes he can, puts them on the field, and for that reason and that reason alone, I'm picking Georgia to beat Tennessee.
They're gonna be sad on Rocky Top.
I don't wanna go to Rocky Top. Just crying when that Rocky Top makes me sad.
Riley, you brought up something. Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
A lot of people have asked me, they'll ask us, what is the best coaching decision you've ever seen?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you could argue the best coaching decision I've ever seen is Nick Saban just deciding to go out and get the best college football players for 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did Nick Saban do? Recruit better than anyone ever.
Yes.
Period. Literally, period.
Yes.
All right. Well, besides that, a lot of teams are, we got some interesting cupcakes on the week. Not even some cupcakes, just some like upper teams playing mid opponents. A lot of that this week.
Yeah. What about Wisconsin at Bama? Do we think it's a get right game for Kalen
needs
DeBoer?
to be. I mean, it should be. If they don't win, they not only do they need to win that game, they need to win it by more than 2 touchdowns. Or I'm not sure it satiates the blood for Kalen DeBoer that Alabama fans have.
I mean, they shut out ULM.
Crimson. I mean,
what is ULM?
Thank God.
Yeah.
And who knew that the Crimson Tide would actually just the Crimson Tide itself would just be the thirst for Kalen DeBoer's blood? Mm-hmm. I didn't think it would be, but that's what it is. Roll Tide, roll. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, man, I agree. I think the Tide are going to get that game. Another game that I found that I think is kind of sneaky good.
Yep.
And a lot of this is to my fucking detriment, but Vanderbilt at number 11, South Carolina.
I thought about that. I saw that game on the roster, on the games, and I was like, that is an interesting one because Vandy's always good for one, dude. Right? They're always good for one. And if there's a team on their schedule this year that's going to be the one, it kind of looks like it's South Carolina.
Look, man, we talked about it. South Carolina, they brought back Honora Sellers, they brought back Dylan Stewart, but they lost everyone else. Nick Harbor, we're going to see if he can finally match his natural talent to production, but I don't know, man. Like Diego Pavia is a dog and Vandy's not scared of anyone, and they're going to go into Bryce Williams. It's going to be rocking. And I don't know, man. Who do you think wins this game?
I'm going to say Vanderbilt. I feel like this is the exact kind of game that Vanderbilt would win. Like if I'm going to put some down, man, I feel like this is the battle of, like, I feel like Lenore Sellers is a better but younger and yet to be learned Diego Pavia. Like, I think skill-wise, he is going to be better overall, but I think as of right now, Pavia, as far as college goes, he's a vet. He's a wily vet at this point. Diego Pavia is.
Yeah.
So I'd take Vanderbilt on this one, even though it is in Bryce. Darude Sandstorm is going to be blasting very loud. I think Vandy might do it.
Yeah, man. No, I don't know, man. as much as I like Clark Lee and what Diego Pavia has done, South Carolina, like this, I feel like Shane Beamer is going to have his guys ready. I don't think they're going to lose this game. I think,
They better not.
I mean, I think Dylan Stewart, you could argue, is the best pure edge rusher in the SEC. That dude is a freak. He's going to be a first-round draft pick in 2 years. He's only a true sophomore. And Lenore Sellers, he just does things that you cannot teach. And it's really hard to defend. Like, as a Virginia Tech fan, I saw it firsthand. That shit was crazy. So I like South Carolina here, man. I like South Carolina to get the win at home.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
I think that's all of the big college games.
That is, man. That is.
Yeah.
All right. It's time to talk about the NFL.
Yep.
The NFL football.
Yeah.
We already talked about the Commanders and Packers, which has already happened.
Yep.
So aside from that, let's just run these down. Let's go through them as we go through them. Jacksonville versus Cincinnati. Jags versus the Bungles. In Cincinnati, how do you feel?
So I have to say something about this. Did you see the news out of Jacksonville this week?
The Tank Bigsby trade?
No, not well, yeah, but no, I'm talking about Travis Hunter.
Oh no, what?
So if you watched the Panthers-Jags game last week, they primarily used Travis Hunter as a wide receiver, which I thought was good. And he had some he had some good catches, He had a solid, rookie debut in the NFL. But this week, they have said they are going to use Travis Hunter primarily on defense, guarding Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And I think that is a bad idea.
Yeah. I mean, what if they – all right, follow me. What if it's not one-on-one? What if he's coming in to be the bracket?
I would like that better.
I feel like that's – if you're going to use him in that capacity, that's about the only way I think it makes sense.
Exactly. But if you're they didn't say that.
I know.
Yeah.
But also, you got to take the press conferences with certain grains of salt because obviously coaches and players aren't going to give away everything in their hand. But you're right, dude. If they are just planning on using Travis Hunter one-on-one versus two of the best wide receivers in the league, I feel like they're going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
You're going to have a bad time.
You're going to have a bad time.
If you do that, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, dude. So, the bracket thing, I would like that a lot better. I mean, go back and watch our pre-draft video on Travis Hunter. We talked about how I thought he would do as a full-time corner in the NFL. I don't think that's his strong suit, especially playing one-on-one against maybe the best receiver in football in Jamar Chase and a quarterback who's going to dot you up. This motherfucker is going to tear you to shreds. And especially because they didn't have a great game last week. They got the win, but they didn't look very good. I like the Bengals, man. It's their home opener, and you're potentially throwing in a brand new rookie who's never played corner full-time on Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. To me, that's just a recipe for disaster. I like the Bengals.
Just to have some fun as we go through this, I'm going to pick the Jaguars. I think this is going to be the Travis Etienne Jr. Bashaw Tutton debut game. Mm-hmm. Obviously, one of the bigger news is from the Jaguars is they traded Tank Bigsby away after the game that Travis Etienne had last week. And just, the supplementary performance that Tutton put in as a rookie behind him. I feel like this week you're going to get to see a more dialed up version of that. And I think they're going to stay away from Trey Hendrickson, make Shamar Stewart make a lot of plays, and I think the Jags are going to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel it.
The Giants, New York Giants, at the Dallas Cowboys.
This is strength on strength, which is interesting. The Giants obviously have one of the best D-lines of football. The Cowboys have one of the more underrated O-lines in the entire league.
Yeah.
Despite what you think about Dak.
I I think it's going to be I think the Giants' defensive line is going to do it. I think this is the game. This is the kind of game that defensive line needs because the Cowboys, they need to run. Like they need to run the ball. If they don't run the ball, I feel like nothing that they do works. And I don't think Dak is going to be able to drop back 20 times, even more than that, and throw it around this defensive line. I think they're going to get too much pressure, man. I think this is going to be it.
The Cowboys looked really good. I get what you're saying. I'm torn on this one. Like I really am. Because I can definitely see what you're saying happening. Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't trust the Giants. Like I trust the Giants less than I trust the Cowboys. Does that make sense?
I mean, I get it. I have the exact opposite, but I understand. I understand the sentiment. I have it the reverse way.
Yeah.
In my mind, the Giants have won a Super Bowl more recently.
That's fair. But it's just, I mean, dog, ever since then, they've been a dumpster fire.
Truly. Hey, man, listen. I don't know what else to say, but, I mean, we're talking about 2 fires.
All right, here we go.
Hey, streaming's going well. Thank you for tuning in. Drop a like, subscribe to the stream.
Yeah.
Keep commenting. We're just doing some NFL predictions.
NFL predictions. It is our Friday prediction stream. We do it every Friday at 7:30 Eastern time. And so if you like it, keep coming back. Keep joining us. We appreciate it.
Drop a subscribe. Keep going. All right.
All right.
Chicago at Detroit.
Ooh.
I mean, I think we got to go the Lions. I mean, I'm going to go the Lions here, but.
So I don't know if you saw this. I am very plugged into what, press conferences and what people are saying throughout the week. I'm very plugged into that just because I find it entertaining. Ben Johnson was asked what happens if you guys start 0-2, but 0-2 also in the division because they lost to the Vikings. They lose this game, they'd be 0-2 in the division. And Ben Johnson said, we're going to go in there, we're going to win. That's what he said. And it's like, I get it. What else are you going to say? But the Lions are going to use that as fuel because the Lions, they've had a lot of people talk about, did Ben Johnson make that offense? Because they didn't look good against the Packers with a brand new interior O-line. That's going to take some time to develop. But you've still got all that talent. You've still got the offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Jamison Williams. Like, they've got dudes everywhere. Penei Sewell is, a stalwart of that offensive line. And I don't know, man. I don't trust the Bears. I think the Lions are going to use this as a get-right game. I really do.
They need it, dude. They need to get right. And I agree. I think Dan Campbell, he's got a lot of people are questioning him way more than he needs to be questioned, I think.
Yeah.
But the Packers really did a number on him. And I understand, the worry, for lack of better terms, that some people are feeling. But I think I have to agree with you. Get right game. There's nothing like it, dude. Nothing like a good old get right game in the NFL. And so, man, I got to go with the Lions here.
Yeah, man, I like the Lions. All right. The Rams at the Titans. The Titans actually kind of looked good against the Broncos. It was a very low-scoring game.
Yeah.
The Rams eked out a win over the Texans last week. That was also very low-scoring. I don't know, man. I mean, to me, it's just the Titans, they don't have a good offensive line. They're still young. Calvin Ridley didn't really help his quarterback out at all by dropping the ball for Cam Ward. Like, it's crazy. You could have kept AJ Brown, but instead you paid more money for an older Calvin Ridley. I like the Rams, man. They've got a better O-line. They've got a better quarterback. They've got better weapons, and their defensive line is nasty. I like the Rams. Give me the Rams to go on the road.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like I agree. As this lineup looks, I feel like it's gonna be the Rams defensive line. I feel like that is, as you compare players, you compare position groups across the line between these two teams. I think the Rams defensive line is the standout in the group. And I feel like they're going to be the big cause of some problems for that Tennessee offense. So I'm going to go with the Rams as well. I think Matt Stafford, we were worried about an injury, and it's always got to be worried about those. But as long as he can not take hits, I feel like they're in a good spot, man. Puka Nacua, great.
Look what Jack Lee said. The Titans, they just kind of seem like they're wandering in the wilderness right now, to be honest. They don't have a direction.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, they got rid of one of the better coaches in the league and Mike Vrabel. You get rid of Derrick Henry. You get rid of A.J. Brown. Like, I don't know what the Titans are doing. All right. I think we're both going to agree with this one, Riley. The Patriots at the Dolphins.
I mean, I'm going to go with Patriots. I don't need to talk about it. We all saw the Dolphins.
The Dolphins look like they are, like, we talk about quitting in college. The Dolphins look like they've quit on Mike McDaniel. They, in fact, do not want it colder.
Dude, have the Dolphins quit on Mike McDaniel? Has Mike McDaniel quit on the Dolphins? Who knows?
It might be both.
It could be both.
I mean, it could be both. Like, the Dolphins, they look so bad, and Tua turned the ball over, a lot in bunches. And the Patriots, dog, the Raiders are going to be a good team. There's no shame in losing to Pete Carroll and what he's building in Oakland. Nice. But to go on the road to get a win against a division rival, that's huge. And I think the Patriots get that dub.
All right. Quick one. All right. 49ers at New Orleans. All right. At the Saints. San Fran at New Orleans.
Brock Purdy's out.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy's hurt. So, dog, I'm going to sound like a crazy man, but give me the Saints. Spencer Rattler, man. A lot of people are sleeping on them. They think the Saints are going to be maybe the worst team in the league. That's at home. That's a tough place to play at the Superdome.
Yeah.
And dog, like, the 49ers are going to try to run the ball and play great defense and get out of there with a win. But the Saints also know that. So they're going to do everything they can to shut that down and force Mac Jones to go on the road and get a dub and beat them.
That's
so
funny.
I like the Saints, man. Give me the Saints at home. I'm a crazy man.
Dude, man. I mean, you're a crazy man, but I feel like I'm right there with you, dude. I feel like everyone has said that the Saints are going to be a low-tier team.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said, dude, I believe in the Saints defensive line that they've assembled, dude. I think the defensive line they have down there in New Orleans is pretty mean. And this is the exact kind of a game where they should feast. If this defensive line has got serious firepower, and they've got a team that is got a backup quarterback that needs to figure out a way to play football without him. And I feel like this is a game for them to win, dude, a must win, just for the confidence to keep rolling through the season.
I mean, look, man, they played well against the Cardinals. They lost, but it was a one-score game.
Yep, very close game.
And so it's like, I think a lot of people were kind of shocked by that. And I don't know, man. I like the Saints. Like, this is the perfect storm for a Saints team. You're at home, the other team is playing their backup quarterback, and it's just, I feel like all the momentum could potentially be on their side in this one.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh.
Buffalo at New York, the Jets, the Bills versus the Jets. It's in MetLife. I mean, the obvious pick on this one is Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just historically.
They just, after their voodoo bullshit against the Ravens, like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Nah, they're playing high level ball.
But the Jets looked good last week.
They're damn right they did. God damn it. Justin Fields and that Jets team, they went to the wire with the Steelers, and the Steelers only got out with a 60-yard field goal. Like, it took a 60-yard field goal for them to win that game.
and a muffed punt by the Jets, who they already cut that player. Xavier Gibson was cut that weekend because he has a history of muffing punts. And so I don't know, man. It just doesn't it kind of feel like it's a different Jets?
I was going to take the Jets. I was setting all that up to do the fun one and surprise, dude. I'm going to take the Jets only because listen, dude. I said last week, there's never going to be another 0-17 team. I just don't believe that a team's going to be 0-17. I don't think there's ever going to be a 17-0 team.
No.
With that being said, this is the kind of game that Buffalo loses. A division game on the road. They just had an insane win against the Ravens. Like a gutsy win, dude. You have to pull this win out of the pit of your stomach just to get in there and do it. And that takes a lot out of people, man. Winning and losing those games takes a lot out of your team. Yeah. And the Jets had a similar thing, but they lost. And they feel like they shouldn't have. Like they
let one get away.
Bad team.
That's how they feel.
And I feel like with that energy, dude, give me the Jets. I think they might pull the upset. I'm not saying if the Bills and the Jets played 10 times that I think the Jets would win more, but I think this Sunday, 1 p.m. in MetLife Stadium, I think the Jets got a chance to do it, and I think they'll do it.
This is a huge game for them because it's a division game. It's at home. And, it's the Bills, man. Everyone thinks the Bills are just going to run away with this division. I was going to also pick the Jets, man. I feel like I'm a crazy person, but I liked what I saw out of the Jets. I liked what I saw out of Justin Fields. He's getting the ball to Garrett Wilson, his old college teammate. It's almost like we said that would happen. They would look good.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just I like the Jets. Give me the Jets. I feel like that D-line is going to be really good, especially in the interior. Sauce Gardner going to potentially lock up Keon Coleman or Khalil Shakir. And I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a close game, but give me the Jets at home.
Yeah, and to soothe Jack Lee, listen, man, I'm not saying that the Jets are a better team than the Bills. I'm saying that the Bills are going to lose one at some point, and this feels like the one that they're going to.
It's just both of the emotions are in such radically different places.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Seattle at Pittsburgh. I mean, I'm going to take the Steelers on this one, dude. I don't think Seattle looked good. Yeah, they didn't look good last week.
No.
Pittsburgh, obviously, they had a very close, gutsy win against the Jets that we were just talking about. Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers looked like he had a slight bit of a return to form. I'm going Steelers.
Yeah, dude. Crazy. He was also motivated because he wanted to beat the Jets, But I agree with you, man. The Seahawks, they didn't look good against the Niners. Maybe the Niners are just really good, like I think they will be. But I was shocked by the Steelers, man. I was pleasantly surprised by them. They got to get their defense right. I think that's a testament to the Jets, though, of how they made the Steelers defense look.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Sam Darnold's a statue. And I feel like TJ Watt's going to get after him.
Yeah, dude. I feel like it's going to be
Derek Harmon in the middle. Like, dog, they're give me the Steelers. Give me the Steelers at home.
All right. We're staying in the division. We have Cleveland at Baltimore. A matchup consistently one of the grittiest ever. Like, I mean, this matchup is always ugly, dirty, fight in the mud football. I bet you it's going to rain.
Yeah. Did you see what the Brown safety Grant Delpit said about Derrick Henry?
I hope nothing but nice things. Why the hell would he say anything?
No, absolutely not. He said actually Derrick Henry is really easy to tackle. And he said he's going to be able to tackle Derrick Henry all game long. And Derrick Henry's response was, to his credit, he said, "We'll see you on Sunday."
Yeah.
We'll see you on Sunday. Like, I don't know why you would poke the bear.
Give him a stiff arm, Derrick, dude. I hope Derrick Henry stiff arms that dude like insane. I mean, I'm going to go with the Ravens. I don't even need to talk about it, dude. I mean, I'm going to go with the Ravens. Cleveland is just identityless. They are trying their hardest. Yeah, dude. I mean, no, they have too many quarterbacks and none of them are good.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have anything, man. They got Dylan Sampson, who is doing his best out in that backfield to try to make something. They're not really showing us Judkins. They really weren't showing us
Jerome Ford.
Jerome Ford. Yeah. And then Raheem Sanders. Like, they have all of these random running backs, and they're just they got a not exceptional wide receiving core. They have a lot of running backs. They're not really, they have no identity, man. It feels like the Ravens know what they are, both sides of the ball, every snap.
And they're pissed because they know they blew that Bills game.
Yeah, dude. Nah, I feel like this is a get right game. If there's a get right game this week, Baltimore is looking at it. And I mean,
Cleveland will bang with you because they've got good lines of scrimmage, but they don't have anything else.
For sure.
So it'll be a dogfight, like you said, but the Ravens are going to come out on top.
Yep. Denver at Indianapolis. I think this game is going to be one of the greatest exposings of a team in modern NFL history. After last week, the amount of hype around the Indianapolis Colts because of what they did to the Dolphins,
or what the Dolphins did to themselves,
truly is insane. And I think the Broncos and their top team, like top level defense, dude, the secondary, the shell, I think they're gonna fuck Daniel Jones up, dog. Give me Danny Dimes for 2 picks and Anthony Richardson playing before the end of the game.
This Broncos defense is legit. And they're going to shut down this Colts offense. You know, they're going to try to shut down Jonathan Taylor, and they're going to make Daniel Jones look like Daniel Jones with the Giants.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm not a huge fan of Bo Nix. I'm not a fan of Bo Nix, but he's better than Daniel Jones.
I don't have to be. Their defense is nasty.
Yeah. Yeah. And so give me the Broncos, man. I agree with you. This is going to be a huge wake-up call. I think Colts fans are like, yeah, we're not that good.
I mean, that'd be the most reasonable fan base in all of the NFL if they were. Moving on, we got Carolina at Arizona, the Panthers at the Cardinals. I mean, I feel like I'm going to take the Cardinals on this one. They're a way more consistent team. The Panthers, my personal shoe-in for last place for first overall pick in this draft, it's got to be the Panthers, dude. Watching them against the Jaguars, like, they have these moments of flash, but I feel like Bryce Young can throw one good pass in 5. Like, I feel like he's just set on a ratio for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that's just one good pass for 5.
Ted McMillan looked good. He had a really sick one-handed catch.
Yeah.
It's just they show flashes, but they're not consistent at all.
Dude, honestly, it's like honestly, like, the team itself didn't look that. They just couldn't score, dude. It was insane. Moving the ball, but not being able to score, it hurt.
Yeah, man. Like I was so proud of Kyler Murray. Last week, he actually threw the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. instead of just Trey McBride. And I know Jack Lee really appreciates that. So I like the Cardinals, man. I mean, they didn't look great against the Saints, but I think the Saints are probably better than people are going to think they are. Mm-hmm. So I like the Cardinals. Now this is a huge game.
Huge game. You mean a rematch of the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles at the Kansas City Chiefs. It's in Arrowhead. It's at 4:25 p.m.
So, you want to hear a fun fact?
Give me a fun fact.
Patrick Mahomes has never lost 3 straight games in his career. And if he loses this game, it'll be the first time in his career he's lost 3 straight games.
I mean, this is the exact kind of game the Kansas City Chiefs win. I'm just going to go out on to say that, dude.
I
know,
agree.
listen, I feel like the Eagles, if you lined them up 10 times, I feel like the Eagles would take the majority. But this is the kind of game that the fucking Kansas City Chiefs are going to win. Or at least the Kansas City refs are going to win.
They're going to be potentially out their two best receivers. Rashee Rice is suspended, and Xavier Worthy got taken out by Travis Kelce. Dog, what is with the Chiefs and taking out their own teammates at wide receiver? Like, what is it with them? They hate them, and like Xavier Worthy, I thought he was going to have a huge breakout year this year, but now he has a busted shoulder, and they're saying he might play, but we're not sure.
I think he's likely. I think he got up to likely today.
Mm-hmm.
So I think.
And it's like, if he does play, is he going to be 100%? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not going to be 100%. But at the same time, it was his shoulder, so it does affect catching. But if you run past everyone so fast that you have enough time to really secure the catch, doesn't really matter.
It's crazy, man. Like, the only thing that could stop Xavier Worthy is not the Buffalo Bills. It's not the Baltimore Ravens. It's his own teammate, Travis Kelce.
Yeah, dude.
Isn't that crazy?
Travis Kelce did it because of all those comments that Taylor Swift said about cheering when they drafted him. That's why Travis Kelce took out Xavier Worthy. Yeah.
Yeah, so according to Jack Lee, it's a slim chance he plays. I don't know, man. Like, I get it. The Chiefs, you don't want to start 0-2. But it just seems like impossible odds to potentially overcome.
No, I feel like this is the exact kind of odds that they overcome. I'm going with the Chiefs, dude. I'm hard on it.
I'm
not
going with
listening,
the
dude.
Eagles. We've been agreeing too much.
Yeah, we have been. We started off disagreeing. Let's get to the end and get some more disagreeing going.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. I get it. I mean, listen, like I said, I think the Eagles are the better team. If you lined it up 10 times, I think the Eagles will win more of them. But just the circumstances surrounding this one, I got to take the Chiefs.
I agree. I mean, it's I get it. I get it, man. Like, you can't ever go against Patrick Mahomes, but
It's also in Arrowhead.
It is in Arrowhead.
And the refs are going to be on their side, of course. It's the Chiefs.
Yeah. Get it.
All right. Atlanta at Minnesota, the Falcons versus the Vikings.
Atlanta lost a heartbreaker.
Fucking, and yeah, Minnesota won one.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is probably the hardest one for me. I got to say, these teams are so even in my mind. Like I have them almost dead, like just on the same plane as like I rate teams. And I feel like Michael Penix Jr. is probably a better quarterback than J.J. McCarthy. But J.J. McCarthy showed me the one skill set that you cannot teach, the one intangible that you can't find on tape. And that is he fucking wins.
Yeah, he wins. That's what people said about him in Michigan. He's just a winner.
Dude, it didn't matter. His tape looked trash. He had a horrible beginning of the game against the Bears. But you know what? He looked at Jay Jetta right in the face and said, "Don't lose faith in me." And then won him the game.
And Jetta's was like, "Of course, dog. I got you."
Yeah, dude, I'm not going to lose faith in you. And
no,
I think I'm going to take the Vikings, dude. Just off the back of the quarterback, man. I like Penix too. I think Penix is a winner. But J.J. McCarthy just in a game of two teams that are so even, I think the heart and the soul of the squad is going to pull them through.
Both of these teams are historically really good, but they just have the worst luck when it absolutely matters.
Yeah.
It's just, 28-3, the Vikings, losing 4 Super Bowls in the 70s with the Purple People Eaters.
The Adrian Peterson years, getting some bullshit during those years.
They are always seemingly the bridesmaid, but never the bride.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I don't know, man. Doesn't this seem like this is a game that the Vikings typically lose? Like, you have all of this momentum, and the Falcons are coming off a heartbreaker.
I feel like I don't, because they're at home.
Okay.
They defend US Bank Stadium very well. And so, like, I don't see Atlanta winning this, man. I just don't. I feel like the Vikings, they showed last year, dude. They're an incredibly consistent team.
Mm-hmm.
If they can get on a roll, they can stay on a roll. And
Yeah.
there's nothing from week to week. I think the way they won it. It wasn't a walk-off, but they had to come back. But by the end of the game, like, they were fucking winning, right? So it's not like it was it didn't take absolutely everything in their soul to win the game. You know, they won. It took a lot. They had to come back, but it didn't take everything out of them. Atlanta, they lost a game that, like, most people would probably argue that they should have won, and they lost it. Like, that's not a loss where it's like, oh, we almost beat this team that was better than us, but we lost. We need to go prove ourselves. That's like, we almost beat a team that we should have fucking beat, but we actually goddamn lost. You know, it's that kind of loss. And that's why I'm worried. That's why I'm picking the Vikings.
Jack Lee, I get it. I think Jack Lee's saying that two DBs are questionable. One is ruled out. Like, the Falcons, they don't have the best DBs to begin with. They've got, AJ Terrell, obviously, but, got Jesse Bates. Like, he's older. He's a safety. I think you've convinced me, dog. I think I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I hope the fucking Falcons win, dude. God damn it, dude. Just all this talk just for the Falcons to win. But nah, I don't know, man. I feel like the Vikings, they got it, dude. It just doesn't feel like it. All right. Tampa Bay at Houston.
Bucks. Give me the Bucks.
I'm going to go quick, too. Give me the Bucks, man. Buck them up.
The Texans have everything. They have a great defense. They have great receivers. Obviously, they have a great quarterback. You've got Joe Mixon. They just don't have a good offensive line. You traded your best lineman in Laramie Tunsil, and you did nothing to address it in the offseason. So it's like, I think the Bucks, I think on paper these teams are very similar, but the Bucks have a better overall roster. They've got a better O-line.
Yeah, for sure.
And so
they got better trenches. I think they have better trenches both ways.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, for me, I mean, that's the breaker, dude. In a game that's going to be filled to the gills with skilled players, I feel like the trench domination between the Bucks is going to be the highlight.
Yeah. I agree. Vita Vea is a monster.
I mean, a legend.
He's going to force CJ Stroud to get rid of the ball incredibly quickly.
Well, they're just not going to be able to run it. I feel like Vita Vea is consistently just such a boulder in the middle of offensive lines. Like, you just can't. You have to run around him. You can't run at him. And I mean, you forcing teams to run outside every play of the game. It's never fun.
This is, I think, one of the better games that no one's really talking about.
I feel like it could be. It's the Los Angeles Chargers at the Las Vegas Raiders. And the battle of the transplants.
And if you know anything about the history of these two coaches, they hate each other.
Yes,
Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll do not like each other.
Well, what do you mean, Preston? Pete Carroll can't remember anything about Jim Harbaugh. He doesn't hate him. He doesn't remember him.
That's true.
That was the funniest quote ever. Pete Carroll being like, "Oh yeah, I spent a lot of time with Harbaugh. I don't remember any of it." Dude, what a bastard! What a bastard! It's such an insult.
It is, dude. Like, they don't like each other. And like, they had some legendary battles when they were in the NFC North or in the NFC West. With the 49ers and the Seahawks. They had some legendary battles there. It's tough.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Really
I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
I think I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Brock Bowers is questionable. Thanks, Jack Lee, for the injury reports. He's given us, honestly, being the best sideline reporter that we could ask for with the injury reports as we go through this. But even if Bowers plays, they're gonna have to limit him because they can't blow him out this early. And I think they're gonna give Genty a big nod. Obviously, we saw it last week. I said it before the season started. They kind of have a lot of eggs in the Genty basket. They're gonna will him to success. We saw it last week. I think we're going to see an even bigger dose of it this week, but I feel like it's going to be less successful than they were last week. I mean, it's it's going to be a rough game for them, I think. And I think the Chargers I think they're going to do it.
I mean, the one thing I worry about is Max Crosby potentially blowing up this Chargers game plan of running the ball and, putting pressure on Justin Herbert. But that Chargers O-line played great. They played really well against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Despite not having their left tackle, Rashawn Slater, Joe Alt moves to left tackle. We've said that a million times. Brock Bowers is questionable. He is their best weapon. Like he is their receiving threat.
He's it.
So and he's a stud. I love Brock Bowers. I talked about Brock Bowers back when he was in college, when he was a freshman. I was like, this kid is a dog. This kid is going to be amazing. I don't know, man. Justin Herbert looked really, really good last week.
Mm-hmm.
If we can consistently get that Justin Herbert, he's easily a top 5 quarterback in the league. The problem has always been consistency.
Yep.
And I don't know, man. Like, it's crazy. The Chargers, they have a history of burning us really badly when we pick them. But
not me. I picked them last week.
It's just this might be a brand new Chargers team with a new culture that is firmly established now under Jim Harbaugh. So I like the Chargers.
Yeah, and I agree that Max Crosby is the biggest question mark to the Chargers game plan, but I feel like the heat that Steve Spagnuolo brought last week and the way that the Chargers handled it, I feel like they're going to be able to handle it from the one-man wrecking crew, Max Crosby. All right. That's it. We've done it. We have done it. We did it. Hallelujah. Faith +1. We done it.
Faith +1.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you stayed through the end of this, we appreciate you. We love you guys so much. Keep tuning in to the Trash Talk Tailgate. Keep commenting, keep liking, subscribing, share it out. Tell people about us. Let them know what's up. Trash Talk Tailgate. We're going to be back Sunday, 11:30 in the morning for the Not an NFL pre-show where we will talk about the college football games from tomorrow, give our analysis, give our breakdowns before the NFL games start on Sunday. And then, of course, our Tuesday wrap-up. It's going to be next Tuesday, 2 p.m., talking about this week's NFL games.
Yep.
But for this one, we are done. It's been a wonderful one, but we're going to clean up and get out of here, y'all. Peace.